Hi crafty folks, Amy here with Amy's Wares. I have a little tiny haul, but I think I'm going to do a demo as well, so stick around. I'm just going to show you the couple things that I got. 𝘄𝘄𝘄𝗄, right after I placed my last order for the new colors, took it upon herself to release 2 more colors. So if you know me, you know that the 𝘄𝘄𝘄𝗄 inks are my main die set of inks, and I have to have them all naturally. So I got these 2 new colors and the re-inkers. I'm going to show you what I got here. This is the main reason for my order, but I did get a few fun freebies. I timed out really well with some good freebies. So some of you ask how I always get good freebies from scrapbook.com. Part of it is I just shop too often, so the odds are in my favor. I also kind of watch them, you know, if they're ones that are really good or maybe not that good. If you wait a few days or a week, who knows, there's all different stuff. It's constantly changing. So if you do order from Scrapbook, be sure to check out, usually there's something on the top banner that shows free items, but every time you shop, be sure to check that, because there's usually always something. There's actually like a link you can go to where you can see the freebies and specific deals. So I highly recommend that. I will link all this stuff in the video description box below if you're interested in any of these specifics. If you do follow my link, it's no additional cost to you, and I do get a small commission. So I really appreciate that. It does help me continue to keep creating and things like that. So these are the 2 new colors, Sweetheart and Pistachio. I'm thinking they're in the party collection. They look party collection-ish. I wish you would indicate it on the, I don't know, re-inker pad or something, which grouping it's in, whether it's spot collection or party. But just looking at this, I would guess it's probably party. I think I do want to make a card real quick. I might just show you a finished card at the end of this video or demo it or something. But I do want to get this ink on paper and see how they look. But this is the main reason I ordered. There's actually, let's see here. I think there was 3 freebies that I was able to get, which is a little bit crazy pants. Let me just open this up a minute. My goodness, they're serious about this. Okay. Yes, 3 freebies. Okay, here's the first one. Amazing Flamingos. 9 water-based colors on 3 markers. Crafter's Companion. These are tricolor. Never used these before, so maybe I'll, write with these 2. Pretty interesting. That's kind of a cool color spread right there for just 3 markers. So we'll see how that looks. Here's another freebie, 1/4 inch mint tape. I don't have any this small. I might actually, yeah, I'm going to do that a minute. I'm going to put that on here because it looks like there's a little bit of extra room. And then that way I could have the thin option as well. I've gotten the 1/2 inch, but I've not gotten the 1/4 inch of the mint tape. And y'all know the mint tape is my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to just see if I can squeeze this on in here. Ooh, looks like it might fit. Yay, look at that. So, let me just not make a right mess of this. See if I can get this to turn. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so just so you know, if you have this scrapbook tape dispenser, you can put the 1 inch and the 1/4 inch on it if you have it. So, fun fact. Good to know. Okay, and then my final freebie is hot air balloon 4-piece. This is a shape die. Look at that. How cute is that? So, super fun. I like that it's not super fiddly, actually. I kind of pictured it being smaller and having a million little tiny pieces, but this isn't bad. So maybe I'll play with this too. Could just ink up some white cardstock, do it all in white, and then just ink it up. We'll see. So that's what I got. Hang tight a second, and I'll show you some other stuff and ways to use this. Okay, y'all. I die cut this out. Super easy. I'm so in love with this. I love that the pieces aren't super fiddly. So I'm actually going to play with this real quick and color this white cardstock with the new colors here. White. See, I might use these new shader brushes that I got. Okay, so this is cool because you get the separation without the fiddly little you know, having to mess with it. You just put the one piece on top of it. So to go with the new colors, grabbed another kind of newish color. This is the blue raspberry. So I need to just figure out, I think I'll do maybe blue and green for the balloon, and then pink for the sash, and then I have sandcastle for the basket. So sandcastle, basket, sweetheart, and pistachio, and blue raspberry. Now let me get these blending brushes that I'm going to use. I got blue, green, well, true blue here, what I get, and then brown. Okay, so I am just using my sticky mat here. I wonder, looks like all these poke out. Maybe, just debating on whether I keep them in. I think I might keep them in. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to take my little new blending brushes here and just lay down color. Now, my sticky mat is not super sticky. This is like a low-tack Altenew one. So another option, if you don't have a sticky mat, is if you have a jelly plate. That's an option for you. I'm just gonna do, what did I say, pink on this. I was gonna do lighter and darker on one side, but I already sort of can't tell which side is supposed to be light and which side is supposed to be dark. So as you can see, I haven't played with these a ton yet. We'll just say that's the light side. We're gonna do pink and just lay down this color. Now, these ink pads are pretty juicy because they're brand new, but I do recommend getting the reinkers if you can, because they are foam pads and they do dry out quite a bit. So I think I'm going to do green with this part here, and I'm just laying down the color. I might try and come in and, you know, deepen it in spots, go heavier handed in spots, lighter handed in others, but I just want to show you what these colors look like as a little demo here. So this is fun to play with the new colors, see what they're like. Okay, now this blue, I could also, wow, that's really juicy. I wonder if I don't think I re-inked that one yet because I just got it. So maybe just pounce this around and move that ink around in there. Okay, so this, wow, that's really juicy. This I'm just going to put down. Again, you could just go whoosh and go ink to paper, but I want to play with these little brushes, and I don't want it super saturated because these ink pads, being new, are pretty juicy. So you're getting this stuff in real time. Normally I've got this sped up and I'm doing a voiceover, but since this was kind of an unboxing with a demo, I'm just showing you what I got. Now, again, I think just to give it a little bit of interest and roundness, I'm going to come in a little bit darker. So if you have something round, by kind of shading it and making it darker on one side or darker on the top and bottom and lighter in the center, your eye goes to the lighter portion and it kind of gives the appearance of being round. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in a little bit darker with this on the top and bottom and see if I can kind of give that illusion of roundness, just to make it a little bit more visually interesting. Now this is dye ink, so it does seep into the paper, but it should get a little bit darker. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't come in with a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna come in with a little bit of this pink just to deepen it even further. It makes it a little bit more purple. And then I'm gonna blend it out a little bit with the blue. See, that'll give it a little bit of interest. And then on this, I could maybe come in with a little bit of the blue just to deepen that up a little bit. See, that made kind of a big difference, don't you think? Okay, so now it's got that feeling of, ooh, I should probably come down a little bit lower with this blue because I want it to line up. I don't want it to look like it doesn't match the green piece, if that makes sense. And this will dry back a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. Do you see how that made a huge difference? Okay, now maybe I'll do the same with this. I'll come in just a little bit purple just to add a little bit of something on this, just to make it not look quite as flat. And then the basket, let's see what I can do with the basket. Now, because I'm being lazy and don't want to bring out new colors, I'll come in again with the brown and try and do the same thing, just darken it up, just to give it a little bit of interest. And I do think I'm going to leave all those little bits in there because the texture is implied and I don't really want it to have a bunch of holes in it. So how fun is that? Stay tuned a second and I think I'll throw this on a card. Okay, real quick before I come back with a finished card, I wanted to just show you these markers a second and see what this is all about and see how they kind of lay down color. Oh, okay, so the other end. All right, let me see. Not sure. I don't feel like they're gonna blend together the same way that like Copics would because they're water-based. So having a bunch of options is fun, but I don't know that they're necessarily going to blend like you might want. Oops, I went to the wrong side. My bad. Let me try this again. Just getting all willy-nilly here. It's a little confusing with all the sides. Okay, now we're going to go with the light one. Okay, so it's a nice option for a bunch of colors, but they're probably not going to blend per se the same way because they're water-based. Maybe if you, whoa, that's very different. It's just a completely different color. Yeah, so maybe these aren't really meant for blending. Yeah, you can't really pull them out either. So let me know in the comments if these are meant for blending or if these are just a compact way to give you a bunch of solid colors. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, y'all, back with the finished card here. I will tell you a little bit about the products that I use, but I wanted to tie in these new colors in a finished card and a little demo. You can see on the background here, I created this card, or sorry, this cloud scheme also on the inside. I did that with my favorite stencil ever from A Colorful Life Designs. It's the Cloud Edger stencil. I'll link that below. I also used some card bling from A Colorful Life Designs. I used opalescent Maui. So that worked really well with this new blue raspberry color. So that's from A Colorful Life Designs. If you shop for anything there, use my coupon AmyFan10 and save on your complete order. This is sadly discontinued. I think this is a Photoplay. Is that the name of the company? Let me know in the comments. I think that's what it's called, Photoplay. Anyway, it's discontinued, as well as this stamp on the inside. I'm assuming Birthday Buds is no longer available, but I did the Another Adventure Filled Year. This is an old My Favorite Things stamp. So just use what you have. It's more about showing you the idea. And then this, I know is still available. This is from Trinity Stamps. This is a really cool like scallop nested rectangle die set. So yeah, there's my finished card. I think I'm actually going to pop this in the mail to Spain to get there in time for my my future exchange student daughter who's going to be coming later on this summer. So I think I'm going to pop this in the mail to her for her birthday because an adventure-filled year definitely awaits her as she comes to the States to come stay with us for the school year. So we're excited to welcome her. I hope you enjoyed these new colors. Like I said, I'll link everything below. And that's about it. So thanks for spending time with me. I'll catch you next time. Bye.